John, John, 316, John, John, 316, John, 316, John, John, 316, Tim Tebow, the football player, Tim Tebow, the football player, ran 316, 316 yards in a game with the Broncos and the Steelers, Broncos and the Steelers, football game, 316 yards in football, John, 316, John, 316, the gospel in a nutshell, nutshell. People call the 316 the gospel in a nutshell, John, 316, John, 316, people call the gospel in a nutshell, gospel in a nutshell, 316, John, 316, Tim Tebow ran 316 yards. Broncos versus Steelers, Broncos and Steelers, gospel in a nutshell, He gave his son for us. He gave his son for us. John 316, the gospel in a nutshell, 316, John, 316, the gospel in a nutshell, 316, the gospel in a nutshell.